Nice catch.
Hey, blasphemers. Welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join in!
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
Oh, yeah!
Where are you at? Oh, there you are. Holy shit.
Hey, we are late.
No, we were late because we got stood up. Our prom date didn't show up. The limo showed up, and we're in the limo right now.
Yeah, we're in the limo.
We're drinking the French champagne.
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. Is this supposed to do something?
I feel so good. Welcome to Simple Blasphemy Podcast, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Andy's.
Selling a car on the internet's a fucking nightmare.
That's it.
That's it. That's
Hey.
all I got.
And Zach Green.
Hey,
And Zach Green.
no, really quick. Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey,
how's it
I
going?
might have to bail at some point because it's like there's bad timing. I got this shit that I know is coming on, and I might have to run out of here. So if I just disappear, I don't want you guys to think I bailed on you. It's just that I want to get to the toilet seat before I poop on top of the toilet seat.
Oh.
Are you,
So
you
I just let
seriously?
you know.
You're gonna like?
I mean, I was
pipe,
walking up here with my drink going, fuck, man. It's
I'm
right
gonna
on the
pipe the toilet seat tonight.
edge. I just want to let you know. So that's what's happening.
Oh my god, I
Fucking
look
crowning.
forward to
I'm
it.
fucking crowning right now.
God, I look forward to it. Your eyes are gonna open up really comically wide, and you're gonna just stare in the screen and just
Yeah, because it's at that
disappear.
point in my life, man. Because it's such a fine line between just fucking losing it and
Losing it?
man. Yeah. I just,
You're going to lose yourself, just like
Fucking-
Eminem.
yeah.
Thanks
And
for
then-
bringing it back around, Dad.
Before we really get rolling, because obviously we're going to have to kind of sidestep right now, and hopefully Jason will join us, but we will see. Who knows? This is the first time for us. Feeling a little neckhead.
I feel vulnerable.
But there's a couple things I'd like to say really quick
I feel like crying.
and get some of this business stuff out of the way. We currently are over 10,000 downloads on the audio podcast. By the way, we crossed the 10,000
Fake news.
threshold. It's a true story.
Fake news.
This is episode 118, and
Holy shit.
we want to give a shout out to two categories: the number one country that listens to the show in the audio version, and then the number one city. The number one country that listens to the audio is, believe it or not, India in the last 30 days. So shout out to India.
That's just
Wow.
amazing.
We went
That's
from
absolutely amazing.
South Africa to India. Now this is like honest to God. This isn't spammy stuff. This is people.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Well, thank you.
It's gotta
can
be-
you guess the number two city? Probably not. It's not fair. But what's the number two
Johannesburg.
city? No, believe it or not. The number two city that listens to our show is Denver. So anybody in the Colorado area, we appreciate it. And we're going to try to give shout outs like that. And also, this
Not
is time.
UFO activity in Denver.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
This is time for the shout out from Tanner Wirtz.
Hey guys, Tanner from the Tanner Time with Tanner Worth podcast here. Again, just want to give a big shout out to girls with big asses Because I'm out here being like, damn girl, you ship with that ass?
Ship or shit?
I just
Or
shipped
both.
my pants.
I don't know. So thank you,
Ship
Tanner.
a shit. Ship a shit.
And if anybody's listening, please comment, and we're going to need some content. So if you found some articles or you have questions for us or the panel, just fire away.
We are the panel, correct?
We're the panel.
We're the panel. Ooh,
So
I've seen that before. There's a lot of fingers and throats.
sometimes.
It depends. If you're being a good partner, then you'll deal with it every once in a while.
Other than that,
Do you want to do you want to kill some articles?
yeah. Do you have any prepared?
No, we had a bunch of them from our stuff though. I will gladly go back and
Why
take a
not?
look. Yeah, right.
This
We've
is
got
the-
some.
Unless Jason Charles Miller shows up, this is the People's Show. So
So we already talked about the guy that's doing the treasure in Michigan. Masturbation's a portal to hell. Alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
can I ask you guys a hell question?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because we are Simple Blasphemy. And what Simple Blasphemy means is like we're light-hearted blasphemy. You know, it's like a little pain prick. Just we're not chopping people's heads off. Just a little jabby jab. How are people convinced that hell is like a thing? Like what is it about hell that people are convinced that it exists? You know what I mean? Because we're talking supernatural.
If you were to look back, and I think that a person that actually my wife listens to, his name's Rob Bell, talks about hell. And in the context of biblical hell, that was where all of the shit went. That's where all the junk went. That's where everything went. So, like, for example, on Alexis and Telegraph, no, is it Alexis
Christmas
and Telegraph?
tree?
No, right across
Christmas
from
tree?
Meyer.
Okay.
Not the Christmas weed. That's Alexis and Secor. But across from the Meyer on Alexis is our town dump. That would be considered biblical hell. So when somebody tells you to go to hell, it's like the worst place they can possibly imagine. So when put in context,
Fair enough.
yeah, the hell argument is quite real.
Okay.
What do you think, Zach Green? I mean, do you feel like you're in hell? Are you in hell at this moment? I can look into your eyes and I can see that
There's a lot of stuff of this world and this planet that really, I don't know, make me wince. But so I don't know. There's a lot of stupid shit that doesn't need to be the way it is. But no, when it comes to hell, I don't really think it's a physical place like what I was taught in Catholic school.
Mhm.
I think we create our own hell, not only in the afterlife, but while we're here on this planet in a body, because we are our own worst critics, and negativity is a lot easier than positivity.
And created their own prison, I think.
I created my own prison.
And something about a docket, something too.
You
The best part of Creative was that on that fucking stupid guitar lick.
that's the Can You Take Me Higher? Yes, the Mark Tremonti. Yeah, right. If anybody out there has never
you're just passed another level in Pitfall or something.
if anybody out there doesn't have an idea
no.
what we're talking about, it's Creed Shreds on YouTube.
You're talking
Creed Shreds.
in Pitfall. That was you pass a screen, not even a level.
Okay, a screen. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. So no, I don't believe in a physical hell. I think we create our own hell, not only in this living life, but probably in an afterlife.
All right, Green. What does your hell look like right now?
I'm constantly on the getting up and going to work, and then finding myself a matter of seconds on my way home from work, and then coming home, putting my stuff down, and then my God, it's time to go to bed. Back to work. I'm driving to work. Oh my God, wait, it's time to go back home.
So
And
you're in a
it's
cyclical
happening
hell.
so fast that I'm literally passing myself on the way home when I'm going to work. And like I said, as I'm passing myself, the other guy's fucking giving me the finger.
I'm really glad that this is a reoccurring thing. I'm glad.
I'm sorry, man. I'm going fucking insane, man. My
Hey.
my timeline is literally fuck the hell.
Hey,
man.
if your car stereo tweeter just blew, just go ahead. Zach Green
fuck.
at
my
simpleblasphemy.com.
timeline is
com,
so
yeah.
fucked up.
Just cash app that motherfucker. He owe you.
He Venmo you quickly.
Oh, it's never
Actually,
ending.
I don't think Green. You're an old school guy. I don't see you doing PayPal and Venmo and all this other things. I think that you walk around with like one of those change dispensers that's on a wallet. And it's
Like an arcade guy.
I don't
nickels
do
and
anything
quarters.
anymore. I don't do anything. I got just jugs of. I think because there's a coin shortage, I got a lot here, just laying in fucking
your
arcade
fault.
machines. It is.
Once again,
I
at
don't
Simple
go anywhere. I don't
Blasphemy, Zach
spend anything.
Green at Simple Blasphemy, he's the one you want to blame for the coin shortage that's
or
going on right now.
maybe one
And treated lumber.
person.
You can get on him about that shit too.
treated lumber.
Don't burn it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so Andy,
Well, I do.
and we've spent a lot of time with Green, and it's good. And he's had his.
It's-
He
I
just
feel
blew
blessed.
up. Let's let him breathe for a moment. What does your current hell look like? Like, are you?
Man, I really will be honest with you. I am in a blissfully ignorant place where I don't have one. I believe that what's going on for me and regular life is fine. The outskirts, the macrocosm of existence in America is horrible. I fucking hate it. If you disagree with me, eat a dick. I don't give a shit. Find something that you don't like to eat and eat
Okay,
it.
let me rephrase that for the. Let me paraphrase it for the listener. What Andy's saying is there's a whole lot of room for improvement.
Boy, yes.
That's a nicer way of saying it, right?
Much so. But yes, thank you for asking. Fuck everything.
I you know,
I'm
a lot-
I am the happiest for the most part.
You're the fucking best
Ever been?
Monday morning motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
I'm a morning Andy. You know I'm
You're
a
a-
morning man.
You're a Monday morning motherfucker. You're just ready to go.
Go ahead,
You're
Green.
smiling.
Hey, lately, something that what's his name? George Carlin said on one of his
There's
last.
nothing lately about George
shows.
Carlin.
No, I know, but I remember him saying when, like, he's just watching humanity just go down the drain, just swirling slowly around the drain, and he's just sitting back, ringside seat, and he's just watching it happen. I feel like that, man. I've been feeling like that in the past year and a half, and especially today. People
know.
are going fucking nuts out there, man. I don't understand what's going on with people. I know there's I don't know what it is, but there is literally something that is dividing people on many different
it's not.
fronts.
You're the glasses half empty guy. There's
No,
stuff
I
going on
don't-
right
I
now
don't-
that's uniting people. I don't know what you're talking
Are you
about.
serious?
The problem
Are you
is
really
that
seeing
no,
When,
he's
when I've
right
seen people get
because
their
it's
fucking shit beat out of them because of
Yeah.
but those people are being united for their cause of hate or their cause of love. So while it is being united, it is dividing at the same time. It's
I'm not
a
only
weird.
talking about the protesters and people standing up for what they believe in. I'm just talking about just everyday people just going to and coming from their daily business, and just people being in such a shitty fucking mood where they're just fucking biting fucking heads off and being the shittiest fucking examples of a human being for fucking no reason, man. I just and
Well,
I
there's gotta be a reason.
I understand why people are on edge, but still, man, it's the ugliness of
They don't do that in
humanity
Canada.
you just keep your fucking mouth shut, man. I mean, there's two things. If you read every major religion, holy book in the world, or any major, all the major philosophies, there's two things basically. Cliff
Kind of.
note: it's don't be a dick and be kind, and that's the only thing we need to follow.
But maybe you should say be kind of a dick.
What do they call
Or
that?
be-
You know, I'm just trying to stay out of.
God, you know what's so nice
Oh
about
wait,
this? Jake?
you know that, Andy? what's the phrase or the word for it when you take a group of letters and you rearrange them to make another?
Is that an anagram? No, it's not an
Yes,
anagram.
I think
Is
so.
it an anagram?
I think so.
Yeah, but I want to thank really quick Jason Miller. If you ever come on, awesome, fantastic. But right now, to be able to get back to this is exactly what Simple Blasphemy hasn't been in a while. We've done some really good work.
Started.
Yes, this is how it started. To come back every once in a while to have a Christmas special, this is really cool. Just
In
this is
July.
Christmas in July, sort of, kind of. But yeah, I mean, I'm
Oh,
glad
wait.
to do this.
Wait, wait.
Oh,
I'm getting a message from Jesus.
he's gonna flip me off.
No,
All right.
wait. Oh, he's saying everything is fine. That there's no anger or disharmony out there in the world. That I'm just seeing things completely wrong.
I think
You're
that
saying
Jesus is
Jesus?
wrong. Jesus.
I met Jesus in
I'm
California.
I'm just trying to stay out of everybody's way. I'm working. I'm restoring 2 pinball machines right now, and I got to get back to fucking painting some oil paintings, man.
Yeah,
You really do.
got a whole bunch of them.
So a long time ago, one of my bands was playing up in Detroit. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, on the not YouTubes or any kind of video at all. Wait a minute. He has 2 of your paintings?
He has
I got
all
a
of
whole
them.
bunch
He
of
has
them.
all the left available ones.
What? I mean, I love my painting, but like,
I'm supposed to put you. I'm supposed to be. If I find some time to put them on Patreon, I just haven't done it yet.
all right.
Zach
fine.
donated these for our Patreon. It's going to take me a couple moments to. It would be nice if we got locked down again, so I can get this.
Yeah,
Stuff
I've
wrong.
even willing to get COVID again, man, to get some time off, man. Because like I said, I'm really involved in those pinball machines I'm restoring. I'm loving it, and that's maybe why time goes by so fast. Because there's other things I want to do. I got what 10 paintings in the work right now. I haven't worked on in the past 4 weeks, man. And on top of that, I got to spend more time with these fucking things, man. There's a bunch of songs and stuff. Not only am I writing, but I want to learn, and it's just not enough time. There's not enough time.
Zach Green, I will buy you a 6-pack
New
of your
car.
favorite beer. A new car. If I can hear at least one of your songs that you're working on.
Oh, he sent me one.
I sent
I've
Ward
never
one.
I've never heard one. I
I'm
feel
sorry,
offended.
man.
I've known you longer. I feel
No, Andy, just think about it. The feeling that you have is so built up and adventurous and danger. I've already heard Green stuff. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
No, it's shitty, man.
I'm just kidding. I'm
It's
just
just
get it.
entertaining. Because
That
I
is a
entertain myself.
statement of impotency right there. That made my shit flaccid.
Oh, hey,
I have
listen,
nothing to look forward to now.
I started playing guitar because I remember seeing my uncle. He was still living at home at the time. I was a little kid, and he was still living home, grandma's house. And I'd spend time at grandma's house when my dad was working 24 hours at the fire department. And he'd sit in the basement for hours and hours and hours in the dark and playing guitar. And I remember thinking to myself, man, that's what I want to do. Man, listening to him play some of that fucking Robin Trower and Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that, and just love. And that's how I was introduced to Jimi Hendrix and Robin Trower. I'm like, that's what I want to do. So when I started playing guitar, it was never grand ideas of grandeur like Kid Rock was like, why is anybody getting music but for fucking chicks and fame or whatever? Man, I got into it because I want to spend some time before I nod off to bed, just pick up guitar, play a couple licks, just escape, go in some parallel universe, come back and reel it in and go to bed. That's why I started playing guitar. So it was never about becoming famous or having my stuff heard or whatever. It was always about just entertaining myself. And I've achieved that. But I just need to spend more fucking time with it, man.
That is the most Christopher Nolan description of learning how to play or why you learned how to play guitar I've ever heard in my life.
And I mean that's why I'm like this because I'm not doing it enough.
I have not touched. I actually spent the time and put some hooks up over in my corner and hung up everything that I play. I've barely touched anything, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
During COVID, yeah, I've got a whole bunch of recordings started.
I have not done anything. When I got together with my dudes in my band a couple of weeks ago, we sat in the pool and drank beer and talked. It was wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, no, we stayed. We do the social distancing, and you're wallowing in a pool of bleach. But to do that actually seems a little bit more important right now, so I can maintain the friendship that I have with somebody rather than the musicality that you have with somebody. I can't write my own stuff. I can set your studio up. I can learn how to use your programs and shit. I have no problem doing that. Do I want to do my own stuff? No.
How did
man,
you
I
come
need
up with that outro song that I fucking love so much, man?
That was me. That was me that I wrote the song, but our engineer went in and remixed it. His name's Randy Wilson, Ape Studios. He's just a really good friend. We always called him the fifth member of our band because he just knew what the fuck we were
fifth wheel.
supposed to do. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of like Yoko.
The guy had a bong in his hand the entire time and would spend dozens of hours working on our stuff and never really ask for anything. You know, I mean,
He
he
just
used to
loved
come to
music,
my-
I assume.
He used to come to my family's Thanksgiving. He was just a dude that enjoyed his stuff. But yeah, he did that. That's the Randy Wasted remix or something like that. I can't remember what he named shit funny.
I love it. Andy showed me our outro song because we were looking for things. And this is really before Green really got involved. Green was like, hey, I'm on board to do a podcast. But Andy was doing the graphics and we're trying to do this and try to do that. And piece this,
and that.
do this and do that and do this and do that.
All the things over there.
And we're trying to piece this all together because we literally put at least 4 months or so into trying to prepare ourselves for this podcast, even though it's better that we did that. Don't get me wrong, but we still weren't prepared for the
Stardom.
ultimately. Oh yes,
Stardom.
Complete stardom. So long story short, we're looking for an outro thing, and Andy said, I think you just showed me 3 or 4 songs, and I was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah, you said send me some stuff, and I was like, okay, well,
I'm like,
so
that's
I
the one.
Sent like 3 things, and you were like, okay, that's the one. And you know that's still one of my
Usually I get
favorite
dick
things.
pics, so this was different.
And for our $25 Patreon, you get my dick pics.
Yeah,
I thought I was just supposed to do like one show, man. I didn't think that this was gonna
You
happen.
were supposed to. You were supposed
So
to do
I'm,
one
I'm
show. but we
sorry.
worked with you.
I think.
no. No. It wasn't supposed to be one show. It's just
Oh, okay.
when we started this adventure, they're just
you
we
had a
kinda-
number of them that
No, we
you and
just
Andy
got-
just did.
no, we just kind of dove
Not many.
into it.
I think
Well-
we're like our 3rd show.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow.
No,
The
it's not
first show,
that.
I sounded wasted because of the mic lag, and then the second show was okay. I can't remember what we did.
No,
The Lou Sass was
Oh.
was introduced.
Andy,
You know-
let's go back down that road. What are some of your memorable moments? Your favorite stories? I mean, loose ass. Come on.
I actually found a thank you note from her granddaughter.
Okay.
When I went to her, Lou lived to be 93 years old.
Hmm.
She checked out about 30 years before that, but she lived to be 93 years old. And I found a thank you note from, I think, Marcy is her name.
Capture? Because she's
Yes.
probably in office at that point
Marcy's ass.
in Ohio.
It's Marcy's ass. She sent me a nice thank you note for coming to the funeral and stuff. And I actually have a picture of it. I will deliver it unto you to post on our social media so you can see that Lou Ellen Sass was a real thing. Damn it. Don't think otherwise.
Fucking sassy.
So, Zach, what are some of your fond moments of doing the show? Was there any guest or topic or game or whatever that just jumps out at you?
This just gets you.
Tugs your tiger.
No,
Tugs your
I
tiger
don't
until
know,
you're
man.
too
I
sensitive.
remember that one show where you had forgot his name, the keyboard player from Polka Floyd. and you guys were having a Star Wars episode talking about Star
Oh.
Wars.
Nate.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nate.
and then I had a lot to drink somehow, and I was smoking cigars, and then I went off on its tangent about my grandfather's fighting in the World War II.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And I somehow equated it with Star Wars or something. I think that was my favorite show, even though I don't remember it.
Oh my god.
So you were wearing the hat with the patch.
Yeah,
And-
because my dad was
and-
in the Air Force too.
And stupid me, I asked you about it,
Oh yeah, that's how I got on this.
and then there was a lot of emotion, and
There was a lot of emotion.
no, actually there was a lot of information in that episode, and all of a sudden, yeah, you
I
started.
think I started talking about the real Star Wars or something because that
No.
was
Like the Ronald Reagan.
my dad
Star
was
Wars?
what my dad did in the Air Force was declassified in 1995 because it was top secret shit. But I think why he got on that subject was because you guys were talking about Star Wars or something like that, and you asked me about the hat, and then I started talking about it, and then I think I somehow equated. I'm like, well, this is the this is the real Star Wars
Hey.
because this was about retrieving satellites from space in our early technology of putting stuff in orbit, taking pictures of other places in the world, and then retrieving the satellites when they fell back. Basically you're fishing for satellites. You're in a big C-130 with a grappling hook out the back and nabbing these parachutes and moving the information that it got to wherever it needed to go.
That was a primitive version of the internet.
Oh yeah, very primitive.
That was a primitive version of a selfie. Earth selfie.
Okay,
Nah,
really
shit,
quick.
now we can look at any place on the earth, man.
All right. So did you already send that? You have to tell the audio listener.
The audio listeners, this is an actual picture from the family of Lou Ellen Sass. I have it. I will post it, but I wanted anybody that was watching
post
to
it.
see it.
You post it for sure. So some of the highlights from at least looking back, I guess, but that was one of them. Green, you lost it in that episode. So anybody that's a listener is going to have to do a little bit of a deep dive. That was in the probably single digits or double.
Oh, and the other one when I was talking about running with the bulls, that was pretty animated.
Oh yeah, Green. That's still.
This is like the Golden Girls sitting around the kitchen table.
Is
Every
this
once in a while,
something
let's
you
I
still
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 want
want
to
to do that though, man.
Hey, everybody.
Running with the Red Bulls, or yeah.
With all the bulls.
So when we started, the reason why things were different than they are today, other than the guests not showing up, is that I used to bring Andy and I used to congregate in his house, and we were face to face. That's just how we did the podcast.
Yep.
And Andy and Zach live a cool 35 minutes from where I live.
But
and
a cool
ultimately-
3 minutes from we live.
Yeah, and there was one time that Zach, I went over Zach's house, Green's house, and then Andy remoted in. And then
Well,
the
there's
wheels.
a time that I went there and it was live with you guys too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were all in my kitchen. That was
There's
cool.
pictures of that one. But the reason why I bring that up is the wheels got turning, and then we were able to have the show in the comfort of our own room or our own house, in other words. And that opened up the doors to having multiple guests, and then also
show
open
up.
up the girls or doors. Open up the girls. What the hell? Ultimately,
What kind of fucking Bob Dylan ass bullshit is that?
open up the girls. Open up the girls.
Open up the game.
It's 2020. Ain't open up no girls. The girls are opening up you. Anyway,
Soviet Russia girl opens you.
like the Berlin Wall, it's coming down.
Mm-mm.
So, having said that, it's lend ourselves to today with
Today.
a scheduled guest. The first time that we've ever had a scheduled guest.
We've been stood up.
Yeah,
We've been stood up. Jason Miller.
but we deserve it. Maybe he listened to some of those
made it,
reviews
man.
we've had.
You're not a show until you get stood up.
Maybe he listened to the one interview where I was awful.
Mm,
Mm.
maybe.
Which
Mm-mm. Horrible bastards. All of
Yeah.
us.
Oh, you know, another favorite show of mine was the one when we had Sponge on because of all the technical difficulties. I found that just insanely funny.
I
I liked watching Zach's face wince every time something would go wrong, and he'd go all twisted like shit.
do you remember?
I'm
that-
sorry.
No,
man.
wait. Do you remember that scene? Of course, Andy does in The Last Crusade, where that dude's face basically kind of melts in
He
layers.
turns in really old, really
Not even
fast.
that. Oh wait,
We're talking about
no.
Donovan.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. No, I'm going back to the first one where
The first one.
the guy's face melts in layers. Like there's a skin layer.
Yeah, that's
then
his name's Todd.
Because he
And
looked in the
melts-
arc.
Yes, yeah, because the arc got
So-
to him. It's the guy with the black hat that had the weird hanger. That
So
It always-
anybody
yeah.
that's new here that really wants to feel my technical pain, that is the one for that. That was our 100th episode, by the way, and we're at 118, so it wasn't too long ago. But yeah, the singer from Sponge, the band, decided to not only have him join us with his phone, but he was also joining us on his laptop
he
simultaneously.
wanted two camera angles. Let's be honest.
And then it just start dot 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 dot. Did one of those deals, and the never-ending echo.
They call that the as the Billy Joel's.
And as
Heart
much
attack.
it was so bad that as much as Andy actually looks like Atreyu, he still couldn't bring back the nothing out of the
That was definitely
disaster
the-
of the movie. Anyway,
curly
sorry, that's the
shuffle.
never-ending story
God damn.
reference. Anyway,
You can't bring back Artax.
Mm.
Everybody likes to talk about how like Artax dying was like their big thing.
I've heard not even surgery can fix a loose ass.
Mm-mm. Loose ass let me get locked in a bathroom before I went to go see Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Did we talk about that before?
No.
So we're Lou had an issue with renting movies or taking me to see movies that she had absolutely no interest in. I'm pretty sure she just fell asleep when she would take me to these things. So she took me to see Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 1985, 84, whenever it came out.
And that's the first one.
That's the only, yes, the first one. There
have to
was
say
another
that.
one.
Big
The
Top Pee-wee.
first. Oh well, there's three of them then because you got that Netflix one. And I got locked in her bathroom, and she had to call her husband who was at the bowling alley, and he had to come back and he had to jimmy the lock to get me out to go see Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Then not long after that, she rented me two movies. She rented me Alien.
I'm trying to imitate Pee.
Wow. How old are you?
Five, six.
Oh, that's horrible, dude.
and Poseidon Adventure, which both have turned out to be some of my favorite movies. But
Is that the
back
one with
then,
the boat turned
the
upside
boat
down?
capsizes and it's got Grandpa Joe in it? And
You know what
Gene
sucked?
Hackman?
Was that one scene where they're trying to swim out and that one guy's wife died?
Yeah, Shelley
and he
Winters.
didn't, and he didn't want to leave, and they had to like force him to like leave his wife like under the water.
That's Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe and Shelley
Fuck.
Winters were married in that movie, and so Jack Albertson got flipped out, and she's like, "No, I'm an Olympic swimmer," and she gets down there and she swims and she saves everybody, and then she fucking dies. That's the heartbreak of the movie. Not
And then he didn't want to leave her there, and they had
No.
to convince him to move on. And
Yeah, not the guy that falls off the Christmas tree and lands in the plate glass window or anything like that. It's Shelley Winters dying, and that's the bad part right there. They made the Return to the Poseidon Adventure with Telly Savalas in it not too long after, which was more of a gangster movie. It's kind of fucked up in that way. Like the first one was this really cool adventure movie, and then the second one was like, yeah, it's Telly Savalas. Every time I talk, I feel like I'm going to kill somebody, and he did that the entire movie.
Yikes. Do you guys mind if I kind of
take a poop, take a shit.
flip this on its head and just ask you guys a personal question?
Go with that, Green first.
But I'm gonna tell you what the question is first, so that you're not too sideblind. But what we're the last part of this podcast is this question: what is the worst date you have ever had? Clearly, before us, all three of us are married and enjoy the fruits of the marriage.
Monogamy. Fruits of monogamy.
But prior to all that, and I'll tell you what, do you want to go first, Green?
No, go ahead. Finish your sentence, man.
Oh, I was going to tell you my worst date before, just to give you guys time to think about yours, but good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I have been super lucky to not have like really bad dates before. Maybe it's because being in a band or yada, 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 has helped in that situation. But there was one date there was a bar next to Frankie's in downtown Toledo. It was a number like 145 or 541.
128.
128. Thank you.
Yep.
Long story short, there was a bartender there. Her name was Molly. And I got the nerve to ask her out on a date. She was a bartender, so she was of age, but she agreed to go on a date with an underage guy, which was me. And she didn't know that. So we went to Maxwell's, which was a coffee/bar next to the University of Toledo. And she ordered a beer, and the guy says, well, what would you like? And she was expecting me to get a beer, and I didn't. And she's like, you always drink beer, which I do. She's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm only 20 years old. And her face just dropped. Like, I've been serving you for years. You know what I mean?
Betrayal.
Your long hair that looks like at the time, like maybe Fabio.
That's 20 years worth of hair right there, at least. Maybe 21 years.
Yeah, it was my birth hair.
Mm-hmm.
That real fine stuff.
I'm just kidding.
You get the stuff on the bottom. That's where the best shit's at.
She played it off pretty nicely, and we did have the rest of the evening that we had planned, and we went to Frankie's. It was a Tuesday, so we saw our Bobby May and our friends play. However, right after that, those ties were severed, and she never wanted to talk to me again. But I was a naive, young, dumb kid. You know what I mean? I was only 20 years old. And I didn't understand that the bartender was pissed that she's been serving me alcohol underage for so many years.
She probably would have been a really steadfast chick to date if she felt bad about that.
She was hot. Not going to lie.
Well, damn.
All right. Which one do you guys want to go before we wrap this up?
Mine's really quick. I honestly do not remember how I met this person. I don't remember her name. I don't remember shit about her because it was such a quick it was such a quick date that it didn't matter. I met her at Denny's on Secor. It's now a Mexican restaurant. I was maybe in my late teens. Hey! And I sat down, and I'm sitting there at the table, and she shows up, and from what I remember, being pretty. And we started talking, and at the time I smoked cigarettes, and I lit up a cigarette. She goes, oh, you're a smoker? Fuck that. And got up and walked out of the fucking restaurant. No, it was awesome.
Classy.
No, I was the not classy one. She said, oh, fuck that. And she was done. She wasn't screwed.
Wow.
I hope
And he thought he was going to be Mr. Smooth.
She's
GP
probably listening
Smooth.
right now.
No. I guarantee she's not.
Mm.
So, Zach Green, give me your worst.
By the way, Green. Whoa. Green.
What?
This is the
Green,
finale.
Green.
This is the finale. So
Don't fuck around.
yeah.
What? there's this one because I think I put more planning into it. But I mean, before that, one that came to mind really quick was this one that ended up turning into a menage a trois with this other girl, her friend.
And what does that mean? Like
Just, just
Childo?
yeah, it could be maybe. No, it's just
It's called a
Long
three-way,
story
medium
short-
size without the red ranch.
right. It was her friend that was
Can you describe
another
what these
female.
women look
Another
like?
female.
What do these women look like? Tell me.
One looked like maybe
Jamie Lee
Nicole
Curtis?
Simpson's sister, and the other one looked like maybe Lady Gaga.
Anna Nicole or
No, the OJ's wife's sister.
oh wow. Okay.
Holy
But
shit!
But
That's
anyways,
gross.
and I
Okay.
was like, I go, fuck, because I think we've already been on a couple dates, so this wasn't like a first date. I go, are you sure you want to do this? Because I mean, it can be awesome work, and most of the time it turns out really bad because there's always jealousy that enters. There's always, I said, are you sure? Yeah. Because she was the one that initiated it, and then we get into it, ended up in this her friend's bedroom, and then all of a sudden she got fucking pissed.
Oh,
like-
what did you do?
Booty licking.
Just kept like accusing me of liking the other one better. And I remember the whole time,
Really?
even trying to be conscious, like don't pay too much attention to her friend. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job, but it was just the fact of being in it. And then she got really jealous and got really pissed and yelled a lot. And it was in an apartment building, so everybody, it was like at 4:00 in the morning. So everybody in the apartment
Hold on, Zach. I have to ask you this.
building woke
You
up
s-
and heard
hold
the whole
on.
thing. So it's
on.
like fuck. I
He's
go,
being vulnerable. Don't let him go.
Green, hold on a
it
second.
was just bad. It's just like Jesus Christ. I knew this was going
Green.
to happen. What?
Okay, I got your attention. You said
I
I
probably
felt
should have
like
talked
oh,
about
hold on. This is great. You said I felt like I was doing a good job. Can you tell us what that means?
Well,
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, since I dated this other girl a number of times, and it was her idea, anyways. But I just like
no.
Don't pay too
How
too
do you?
much-
What were you doing that you would
Trying to act
be-
like-
that you would be convinced that you were doing a good job? Were you?
I was
like,
spending. I was
handling
giving
both of
most
them
of the.
at
I
the
was
same
giving. No, I
time?
was giving most of the attention to the girl that I dated a few times.
So were you like?
But
Like-
no, I don't know. It turned really bad. Almost, I don't know. It just got really fucking bad, man. And and that's why you only do this when there's people you don't know involved. Anytime there is any amount of relationship involved, even if it's a couple dates, it turns fucking bad, man. That's why I'm always surprised that people that are in long-term committed relationships or marriages try this shit and it goes completely fucking south, and how they're fucking so surprised.
What I think
Go
about
ahead,
stuff
Andy.
like this. No, what I think about stuff like
The
this
French
is that when-
tickler.
the French tickler.
I just remember it reminds me of the Dumb and Dumber thing. The French tickler.
No. So what I think about people that get into relationships is no matter how much molecular transfer you have, touching, shaking hands, kissing, whatever you've got, you leave a part of you with somebody else for a little while. Okay?
Until you
And-
wash it off.
Correct. But I think that part of that goes into the cerebral part of a human being. And you're like, okay, well, I've kissed this person. I've hugged this person. I can get away with this now. Whenever I see this person, like next time I see Zach Ward and COVID's not happening, I'm hugging him, and then my arm's coming around, and I'm going to slap his ass, and I'm going to grab him under the cheek area. Right.
And with the stinky pinky.
Probably we're going to give you left cheek, right hand. But you have an idea of where you can get with somebody. And I think that if you have somebody like that you have been not necessarily completely romantic with, and then you bring in somebody that you have none of the planes, trains, and automobiles with, which is how I describe a good relationship.
Okay.
When you have that person that's already established themselves with you will find a degree of jealousy. Now, depending on how sensitive they are to this stuff, makes the
So you're
outcome-
just saying we're not evolved enough. Okay, I'm going to propose this question to both
Yeah,
of you
'cause
really
you're- no.
quickly.
'cause
Hold
no.
on, because this thought did cross my mind at some point recently. So I will ask this. So, okay, we have massage parlors. You can get no. I'm talking about the regular ones, the ones that actually do the
Massage
massaging.
Envy and not
So-
Rainbow Spa.
So you get naked and you lay on the table, and there's sometimes a man or sometimes a woman, and they give you a very sensual massage, maybe realigning your back to say, "Hey, are you having problems?" And they take their elbow and they, and everything feels fantastic. And you could say to your wife or loved one, "Hey, I'm going to get
I had my first
I'm
prostate
going-
orgasm.
that elbow." Yikes. That was a loose ass. But you go there, and the person often doesn't get jealous that you went and had a massage by somebody else that touched you more intimately than anybody else, right? So here's the question. If we were to legalize prostitution, and it's along the same lines, you go into a building, it's all safe. This person performs a massage on you, just more of a penal one. Would it be looked at the same, like, yeah, whatever, he went into the thing, and it was a service. It wasn't cheating. You're not having a loving relationship.
No. There's where you stop. There's where it stops. You can talk about going to massage. My wife can go get a massage from somebody. She's had massages
man?
from girls. Man, watching a chiropractor adjust my wife one time, he smiled at me. His name was Jacques. He smiled at me when he adjusted my wife. When he was
What, Jacques Green?
He was like right behind her and did this like back crack thing, and he looked at me in the eye when he did it. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
God, Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, I had a massive problem with it for whatever reason. No, if I have some dude like touching up on my girl, outside of a professional thing, if he starts to like get handsy, or if she asks for a happy ending, yes, we have an issue on multiple fronts. But no, I don't. What you're talking about getting happy endings from massage parlors, correct?
Yeah, I mean, would you allow your wife
No.
to get a massage, but get one clitorically
No.
that would just make her feel make her spray
is-
everywhere?
That is my job. I am the one who waters the lawn. I am the one that assists to help water the lawn.
Okay,
Good way
Green?
to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Yes.
you're the same way.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, really quick, I just
What
want
about wait a second. Wait. Sackward, what about you?
Well, I mean, we've talked at length about machines that do this. I mean,
I don't have a problem with a fucking machine. It's another dude with or a person with intent.
intent.
Would you let your wife go? Yes, I would let my wife get screwed by RoboCop. I don't have a problem with that. He's just,
Drop it. It's like, I'm going back to the Total Recall machine again. It's like, that's
not
fine. I'm going to the three-titty woman too.
dildo. It's over to a dildo.
I was proposing the question as a question. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not there.
The problem is
there.
that the
Playing with
robot's
fire,
going
my
to get her
friend.
there.
Anyway.
I think there's no substitute for actual fleshy love, regardless of what your race, gender, blah 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 blah. To be close to somebody, to feel their warmth, to feel it feels genuine when you're close to somebody. That is going to be difficult to replicate with a robot, much less somebody that doesn't.
But you know what? Do you know what I can't replicate? The love I have for you two.
Oh,
And we're at 49 minutes, so we're going to wrap this up here.
our guest was Jason Charles Miller.
Maybe there was something that happened.
It could have been.
Who
It could have
knows?
been.
I am not a negative person. I actually really enjoyed us
Oh, I did too.
chit-chatting. So we might have to schedule this maybe a little more often than not.
Really quick, but the date that really got me, the bad one, was something I planned for weeks and weeks. You know, with Joe Satriani tickets would happen to be this girl's favorite, you know, guitar player and stuff like that. You know, I set up a nice dinner at a fancy restaurant and everything. So, anyways, we went to the show, and I remember at one song she leaned over to me, and I swear to God, I thought she said, "Will you have sex with me?"
But that
It
wasn't
was
what she
during the
said.
extremist. It was the extremist, wasn't it?
I was like, what? And she's like, do you know what song this is going to be? I was like, oh, yeah. But anyway,
It's definitely not the
that-
penis and vagina song that I
I don't know.
imagined
Maybe
it
I
was
should have
gonna
just
be.
said, fuck yeah, I know, or whatever.
Fuck
But
yeah.
anyways, on the way home, I'm like, hey, let's go get something to eat. You know, I got a nice, I got some good dinner reservations.
I
And
got
she's
some
like,
hot dogs.
you know what? I already ate beforehand. I was wondering if you could just drop me off at the Ritz because I'm going to meet some friends up there.
Oh.
All right. Well, there it
That
is,
fucking sucks.
folks. That does suck. And
you need to process
Tune-
that shit.
tune in next week for even more disappointments. We appreciate it. And we will see you next week.